take a moment and tell you what I am thinking about tonight as I look at all of you. I'm thinking about you and your role, not only in the life of the Americana Community Center, witnessed by your presence and generosity tonight, but about the role that you play in the preservation of the great American voluntary sector and the philanthropy upon which it depends for its fuel. So Barry Barker, Chairman Emeritus of Americana, said to me, "Are you going to tell that story?" And you know, Barry, I think I will. Say it, going off script. And I just want to say that I'm standing here after 44 years of work in this sector, looking at a room full of stewards. Most people think that stewardship has something to do with, you know, religious giving, tithing, or that it has to do with ordering the checkbook in a way that includes compassion in this city that makes compassion one of its definitional goals. But the fact of the matter, the word steward comes to us from Old English, and it's made up of two words, and it's worth thinking about what the word steward actually means. Steward comes from two words. The first is stig, and stig is an enclosure made of stone that was built in the middle of the village as a place to keep things that were valuable. And the second word is weird, also from the Old English, and weird is the word from which we get warden, a keeper. And the stigward was the person who, when the chieftain took the lads and went out to hunt and to gather or to defend against foreign threats, the stigward was left in charge of what remained in the village. So the steward, became the second most important person in the organization of the tribe, because when the chieftain and the lads were away, he was in charge of keeping everything that was valuable in the stig. And what was that? The women, the children, the fire, the livestock, the elders with their lore, and the holy objects by which they defined their relationship to the cosmos. In short, everything that was necessary to the preservation of the race. The word comes to us in surnames even. So important was that role that there are people to this day who are called Stuart. And some of them became the kings of Scotland. And even to this day, you may not know this, you'll forgive a terminal Anglophile, the second title of the Prince of Wales is the Great Steward of Scotland. That tradition of caring for all that is valuable comes to us and is displayed by you to me tonight, because what you are doing with your presence here is helping to guarantee that the role of the newcomer to America will continue to do what it has always done, which is to provide new energy, new ambition, invention, and hope to the collective American experience. I am more grateful to you, stewards of that idea, of those habits of the heart, as de Tocqueville identified them in the early 19th century, for making certain that what is best about the American experiment in democracy will continue. And part of the reason why Americana is so effective, witness all of these witnesses tonight for its effectiveness, is that its method in delivering its services to its constituency is voluntary. We call them nonprofit organizations, voluntary organizations, public charities. We have enshrined them even in our tax code in order to encourage us to make certain, and the fact that they are there is probably the unique characteristic of the American experiment in democracy. We have created a sector into which historically we have put the institutions by which we invent, practice, refine, and transmit the values in everyday life by which we define our deepest meanings. If there's one thing I would like you to take away from tonight, it is that the Americana Community Center, in introducing newcomers to the American tradition of voluntary effort and the philanthropy that fuels it, it is this: Americana is the place in Louisville where new Americans are nurtured into being. Over the last 2 or 3 days, I've been thinking about coming here and talking with you tonight. While I was in our nation's capital, attending a long and admittedly sometimes boring board meeting, and thinking about coming here tonight, I allowed my mind to reflect on some cherished words coming to me actually from my 8th grade experience. Mrs. Gow's English class in my high school, and I was reflecting upon some particular lines from the first great American poet, as he is called, Walt Whitman. 2 lines ring in my mind that are directly reflective of this energy, of this stewardship tonight. I hear America singing the varied carols I hear, each singing what belongs to him or her and to none else. The poem describes the ways in which when every citizen of the land pursues their livelihood, their selfhood, and their dreams for themselves and their family, they create, as a result, the fabric of community, of shared goals, of interdependence, and of compassionate humanity within themselves that build the nation of which Whitman dreamed. And then from another poem, again Whitman, that is called For You, O Democracy. Come, I will make the continent indissoluble. I will make the most splendid race the sun ever shone upon. I will make divine, magnetic lands with the love of comrades, with the lifelong love of comrades. So tonight, in celebration and song, I offer my heartfelt thanks for 18 years of collegiality with Edgardo, who is, after all, the most authoritative, informed, and cogent voice for the immigrant in Louisville and this region. And for all of those stewards, the boards past, present, and future of Americana Community Center, I offer heartfelt thanks for having shared this time with them, for the love of the comrades who have allowed us to share in the privilege of keeping the mission of Americana Community Center ever stronger. The nation depends upon that strength. Be clear about that. And for me, whenever I stand with the Americana Community Center, more clearly than ever, I hear America singing